Hello. Welcome to News Hour by DLC, your one stop destination for the latest and most impactful updates from the legal world. From landmark rulings to policy shifts shaping the justice system, DLC brings you in depth coverage, expert insights, and analysis that matter. Stay informed, stay ahead because in law, every verdict counts. Today is 15th February 2025 and we bring you news that matters. The first news for today is as follows. The Supreme Court upheld the government's power to withdraw previously promised electricity tariff rebates, emphasizing that economic incentives can be revoked in the larger public interest. It ruled that promissory estoppel cannot override public interest, particularly when incentives burden public finances. The court affirmed the Bombay High Court's decision and dismissed appeals by industrial units seeking continued rebates under rescinded schemes. Next news. The Supreme Court ruled that an agreement to sell property attracts stamp duty under the Bombay Stamp Act if possession is granted, even if ownership transfer happens later. The court clarified that stamp duty is imposed on the instrument granting possession, not the actual transaction. This applies even when the buyer was already in possession, e.g., as a tenant. The ruling emphasizes that such agreements are deemed as conveyance and subject to stamp duty. Next news. The Supreme Court ruled that interest may be denied to a party who abused the judicial process even in commercial disputes where interest is generally awarded under Section 34 of the Civil Procedure Code. The court found that the appellant engaged in forum shopping and undermined judicial authority, justifying the denial of interest despite ordering a refund of the forfeited amount. Next news. The Calcutta High Court permitted a rally by RSS chief Mohan Bhagwat in Kolkata after the state initially denied permission, citing ongoing exams. The court noted that the event was scheduled on a Sunday, for a short duration, and wouldn't disrupt nearby students. It directed organizers to minimize noise to avoid inconvenience. Next news. The Supreme Court ruled that a portion of a Section 161 CRPC statement used to contradict a witness must be proven through the investigating officer and properly marked in court. Merely reproducing the contradicted portion in brackets without formal proof is insufficient. This clarification came while setting aside a conviction due to improper procedure in handling witness contradictions. Next news. The Supreme Court ruled that uncomfortable questions posed during judicial proceedings cannot be considered public humiliation, as they are necessary to ascertain the truth. The court emphasized that such questions are part of the judicial process and do not amount to defamation or humiliation. The decision came while dismissing a petition alleging defamation due to statements made during a habeas corpus hearing. Next news. The Supreme Court ruled that money laundering is a serious offense, and courts cannot grant bail casually without considering the mandatory twin conditions under Section 45 of the Prevention of Money Laundering Act, PMLA. The court criticized the Patna High Court for granting bail without properly assessing these conditions. It emphasized that the rigorous requirements under Section 45 must be strictly followed to uphold the objectives of the PMLA. Next news. The Bombay High Court ruled that a court at the designated venue in an arbitration agreement has jurisdiction to entertain applications under Section 11 of the Arbitration and Conciliation Act. 1996, unless there are indications that another location is the seat of arbitration. The decision reaffirms the principle that the agreed venue can serve as the seat in arbitration disputes. Next news. Dina High Court directed BBMP to impose heavy fines on individuals and residential societies for failing to clear stagnant water and waste, which contribute to dengue outbreaks. The court emphasized that preventing mosquito breeding is crucial for controlling dengue and mandated continuous monitoring and strict penalties. The decision followed a suo motu petition addressing rising dengue cases in Bengaluru and nearby areas. Next news. Delhi High Court issued a notice on a PIL seeking action against hospitals and entities allegedly operating radiological equipment without required licenses, violating safety norms. The plea urges enforcement of Atomic Energy Regulatory Board guidelines to ensure public health and safety. Next news. The Punjab and Haryana High Court summoned the Punjab Jail Principal Secretary over delays in deciding parole pleas. The court expressed concern about procedural lapses and sought an explanation for the delays affecting prisoners' rights. Next news. The Uhand High Court dismissed pleas challenging the formation of a committee to implement a uniform civil code in the state. The court held that affected individuals could approach judiciary if any action adversely impacts them, but dismissed the petitions as premature. And the final news for today is as follows. Delhi High Court ruled that mere dowry demands or intimidation do not constitute harassment under Section 498A IPC unless they cause mental or physical harm to the woman. The court emphasized that evidence of cruelty or harassment is necessary for prosecution under this provision. Thanks for listening and consider subscribing to the channel. Well, that's all for today. Keep listening to Legal News by DLC.